These are my favorite days where PJ comes in, getting ready for the show. He's like, we're going to talk about some NFL draft stuff. We're going to be talking about maybe some uniforms because there's a lot of NFL uniform news out there. Hell, maybe we'll talk United States men's national team who can clinch their spot in the World Cup tonight.
Please,
So
please.
there's so many sports things we could talk about, right?
I don't even mean like, please, let's talk about it. Just please, God, let us clinch a spot.
Yeah. Well, Tigers on the prowl in Augusta.
Yeah.
A lot of people making some declarative statements about that.
Super on the prowl.
So PJ just coming in assuming those are going to be the things that we talk about today, right? Right? Well, we might get to that at some point, or we might spend the whole show right here.
The whole show?
Yep.
Whoa.
Reports Eric Church cancels huge concert to watch North Carolina Duke.
Okay.
This is from TMZ. Eric Church has canceled a huge concert this weekend so he can watch his beloved UNC basketball team play Duke in the Final Four. And the country music superstars fan base is not happy with his decision. This is from Eric Church. He said, I've wanted to watch Carolina Duke battle over the year, but to have them match up in the Final Four for the first time in history, the NCAA tournament is any sports enthusiast dream. So now a lot of people are kind of losing it because they're saying, what about the people who bought plane tickets? What about the people who had booked hotel rooms? What about the people who, just bought tickets to your concert? I'm kind of with them on this one. I think this is kind of a jerk move from Eric Church. I think this is kind of I don't care. Stuff it. I'm going to go watch basketball. Like, I understand it's a huge deal.
Yeah.
I get it. And maybe more so than anyone, like, how many games have you had to miss just working in the industry you work in, where you have to work on a Saturday or a Sunday and you don't get to watch your favorite sports teams play?
Or just being a friend,
Yeah.
And being in a wedding.
Or going to a wedding when it's a top 4 matchup between your team and Iowa. I mean, there it is. So I'm with the fans on this one. I think Eric Church, this is kind of a jerk move. I mean, if you are that big of a fan of North Carolina, like you're that big of a fan of North Carolina basketball, it's not like they just kind of like have this abstract view of like when the Final Four might be.
It's so true.
Those dates have been set for a long time. So if you're a real fan of North Carolina basketball, even though it came as an 8 seed, your boy picked them to be national champs. Even if they come in as an 8 seed, you have that one off on your schedule, right? Whoever's doing your concerts, doing your booking, stuff like that, you're saying, hey, all that looks great. I need 2 dates off. Final Four, national championship.
Yeah.
Now, is Eric Church saying that he wouldn't be going to this Final Four if it wasn't North Carolina Duke? If that's the case, then are you really a North Carolina fan, or are you just a rich, kind of entitled superstar who wants to just go to whatever cool event that's never happened before?
Of course, yeah. And I guess a lot of them do that, but and have the money to, like you said, have the money to do exactly that. But yeah, no, I'm kind of with you. Why tour in March to begin with? I mean, if, like you said, if you're that big of a North Carolina fan, if you've been stressing about all this stuff all year, again, it's not like they don't know when the tour or when the tour dates, when the tournament dates are going to be. It's going to be in March. It's March Madness, man. So, like, if you're really that big of a fan, don't tour in March, and that's fine. I'm sure you can hit all your other dates and be perfectly fine in the money category from what you get back. The fan in me was like kind of respected it at first when you first announced what was going on, but the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like how cool would it be even to, like, if you're that big of a North Carolina fan, do the concert, but bring like one of those huge video boards that are normally on the side of the concert, like on the side of the stage.
I don't know how legally that would work out. I don't know if you're allowed to live broadcast it.
Just turn that around, maybe somehow get the rights to the game.
Eric Church has to do what all of us have to do when we're having to work and a sporting event's going on. You put your phone up somewhere and you kind of just set it up, and then as you're doing the concert, you can maybe be singing.
Stream it. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying don't pay for the stream. Like, pay for the streaming service.
Top of my mind, can't name an Eric Church song
from your phone. Talladega, baby. From your phone to the video board in some way. I'm sure there's a way to do it, and stream it that way. And then if anyone's wondering like why one, North Carolina Duke is on the video board, you can tell them before the concert. And two, if you're Talladega, and then just start cussing.
Is that a good Eric Church impression?
I don't think so, but
right.
They know exactly why, because Duke just hit a buzzer beater, right? So like, I think that would be a good, fun, interactive way with the fans to watch Duke, North Carolina, and have your concert and not have to disappoint them all at the same time. I wish he would ask me about that before he just canceled the concert.
And again, I'm trying to pull up what time. Do you know what time the Final Four is? You're scheduling all this. We're gonna have it on the radio.
No, that's too far away. I don't know.
Okay, so it's 8:49 p.m.
Gotcha,
dude. Put the concert at so the concert's in Texas, right? The basketball game's in New Orleans,
mm-hmm.
And the basketball game doesn't start again until 9:00. How long are concerts usually? 3-4 hours. Put the concert at noon. Let people come in, have a nice daylight concert, rock it out, get on your private plane. You'll be in New Orleans in what? Maybe 2 hours? Like
what
max,
day is this?
Maybe 2 hours. Saturday.
Are you going to a country concert in Texas at noon?
In March? Yeah.
Like, at least they would be less
go to festivals
mad
all
than
the
just
time.
straight up canceling
I go to festivals all the time.
Here's the other thing, though. I don't know. Just make sure everybody gets a refund, man.
Well, no, but
you can't refund plane tickets.
You can't refund plane tickets. You can't
that.
refund like whatever charges they're going to incur from the hotel.
Yeah,
that's or the people who have already driven.
Well, that's all true.
There and or hey, maybe if you're going to cancel it and like you realize with the Final Four's coming up, maybe like cancel it after the first round.
Yeah,
this team's pretty dang good.
Yeah, wait a minute. We could. There's a possibility this could happen.
Or you think he's just superstitious and he's like, I didn't want to cancel anything because if I canceled it, then they would have lost in the Elite Eight.
You know what I'll put this to?
And then if they lost in the Elite Eight, then I would have canceled it, and I can't go watch my team in the Final Four.
None of that. Not even superstitious. You know what I'll put this to? Like you said, this is a guy who has plenty of money, superstar. Listen, I listen to Eric Church songs, whatever. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or bad singer or whatever. So you have to prefix anything you're going to say about someone with something like that because people will take it and run with it. Anyway, he's just a bad fan. Want to know why he's a bad fan?
Tell me.
He didn't do any of this stuff. He didn't think about any of this stuff beforehand because you know what? North Carolina's an 8 seed. Yeah, they went on a run at the end of the year and in the ACC tournament, but whatever. No. I don't think he believed in his team.
Do you think I am scheduling anything for New Year's Eve this year?
Of course not.
You know why?
You shouldn't.
Do you know why?
Because you believe in your team.
Yeah, because I think Georgia's going to be in the damn semifinals.
Same thing with me, because I'm a crazy fan, and I think no matter how much I complain about Sean Clifford and how bad of an X's and O's coach James Franklin is, I think, hey, there's an outside shot. We could make it to the national championship.
You don't schedule anything for New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
now, could you maybe then schedule something for New Year's Eve after the third loss of the season? Absolutely.
Of course.
Get after it.
I don't even like football anymore. And then Saturday rolls around, and guess where I am?
Yep.
So,
yeah. Well, the counter argument that I'm hearing from a lot of people is, "Oh, don't tell me you've never taken off work to go do something you wanted to do." Yeah, brother. Listen, hey, get what you're saying. No one is spending thousands of dollars to come see what I do.
Very true.
No one is spending thousands of dollars, and I don't do this once a week in front of paying fans.
Exactly.
You see, there's this mysterious thing in the air called radio waves.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get this, and you didn't have to travel nowhere.
No, for free.
Yeah, and you can listen on ESPNCoastal.com.
No. You can listen on ESPN Radio or all the other places we have the thing.
Yeah, Rich Styles.
The streaming.
Rich Styles will absolutely let you know all the different places that you can listen to our stuff.
It's a wonderful
but
place.
no, it's just so it's like, oh, you've never taken off work to go do something you wanted to do, brother. Again, I'm not calling Eric Church not a hard worker. What I'm saying is, no one pays money to go see you at your 9 to 5.
True.
Not taking anything away from 9 to 5s. Right? I'm just saying there's a little bit a little bit of a difference.
Exactly.
Between going to work, working your job, going home, and then you're like, hey, I could get some tickets to that concert. And hey, boss, can I have off Thursday? Because me and the lady want to have a long weekend and we want to go watch this concert, right? Fine. Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How many times have you had to do it where you didn't get to do that?
Yeah.
Right. And I get this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's an opportunity he gets that not a lot of people get, and he gets it because he's him.
Yep.
I just think it's kind of a douche move. You have thousands of people coming to see you and have already spent money, and you're like, "Hey, peace out. Going to watch basketball."
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's understandable. Like at least
It's not understandable.
no, it's understandable that it's a douche move. Like
Yes.
that's what I yeah, that was a weird way to phrase that. But
And
no,
here's the
do
thing.
something else, right?
Well,
Like
here's the thing that
there
we're
are
not
so
talking
many
about.
different ways to get
Well,
around
here's the thing
this.
we're not talking about. Eric Church just might not care.
Yeah.
He's like, "You know what? That's fine. Sorry, people in Texas that I pissed off. Like, I'm sorry.
And
See,
if you're gonna make
see,
anybody
I'll see the
mad,
rest of
why
the
are you
tour."
making
Yeah.
people mad in Texas about country music too? Like, dude, this is not the kind of people you want to be getting mad.
You want to know my honest opinion is instead of maybe supporting someone who doesn't support you, I don't know, maybe get some Tyler Childers action going on, maybe some Sturgill Simpson, maybe go out and check out some Culture Wall. Go check out some of them. I mean, I would honestly say if you're gonna go listen to a country music concert, just start with Chris Stapleton and work your way down from there. So like maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is a chance for all the Eric Church fans out there to maybe broaden their horizons a little bit and go check out somebody different. I'll say different.
Understandable.
I'll say different. While he's
Yeah.
enjoying his basketball, you check out another artist.
Sure, but still not going to change the money situation.
I mean, it hurts,
Although
and
I
you're gonna have to
understand
eat
what
that,
you're
but you're just
saying.
not gonna make that mistake again.
Yeah.
You think, dude?
What?
Hey,
Not
you
go to
no,
a concert?
no. You think if I spent money on an artist and I'm getting ready to go to the concert, and I have my hotel room booked, I have my plane tickets booked, I'm getting ready to head out there, and then I get the notification that the concert's been canceled and it's confirmed that he's doing that to go watch basketball. You think I'm ever spending my money on them again?
No, absolutely not.
No,
No,
because I'm
no,
not dumb.
no, no,
So there it is.
no. No,
Just a small opinion on the Eric Church situation.
yeah, there are certain things that you can't come back from, right? You can't. There's certain things you can't.
Oh,
take,
and now
take, you
listen.
can't
Now
take
listen.
people back
I will
from,
also say
you know?
this now. I will also say this now. I want like the double dip. I picked North Carolina to win the national championship. I hope Duke beats them by 30.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
Duke absolutely smacks them.
See, the other problem is he admitted what kind of fandom.
Oh yeah.
Like what? Like just say Duke, North
Oh, if this
Carolina,
really
whatever,
mattered this
but
much to you as a
now
North
it's like,
Carolina fan, then you
yeah.
would have been at all of the games leading up to this.
Where's he from?
I think he's from North Carolina. He
Okay.
did not attend to the school.
All right. That's fine. But if he's from like Alabama,
Let's see.
if
pull
he's
him
from
up.
Georgia and he's a North Carolina fan, then that's just kind of par for the course, right? But at the same time, I'm still mad
He
at
is
it.
from Granite Falls, North Carolina.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're good then. That's whatever. I still want North Carolina to lose, but it's all right.
But here's oh no.
Which is weird for me to say because like normally I can't stand Duke. I can't stand Duke for a lot of different reasons, although I respect them. And now I'm all of a sudden rooting for them, which is weird.
That's horrifying.
I don't like
And
any of it.
he graduated from App State.
Wow.
He's a Mountaineer out. This is almost as bad as who's the guy who's on American Idol?
I don't know any of these people.
He's a country Blake Shelton,
Oh, sure.
who pretends to be a Georgia Southern fan, but then is also a Georgia fan.
Yeah.
What is wrong with these country music stars?
I think
I would like Eric
I
Church
don't
so
know.
much if he just leaned into being an App State fan.
I'm not sure. I think they might learn it from others around the area.
I'll smack you.
I just
You leave Robbie Ross out of this.
it's not just there's plenty of people.
You
man.
leave Robbie Ross out of this. All right, let's
I'm
take a break.
diehard college football
now
fan
we gotta,
for 9 different teams.
Now we got to call Robbie. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more to talk about. We got some uniforms, NFL news. The Eagles making some bold statements with their uniforms. We got some other news to dive into as well. This is Second Down on ESPN Radio. Second Down on ESPN Radio is presented to you by the Uniform Source. Christian Gokel alongside PJ Zuko. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Wednesday afternoon. We got a lot of news to dive into here today. Tiger Woods update coming up here in a little bit, but the NFL the news keeps circulating. Adam Schefter's got a great video out right now of him just like rehearsing everything that has happened, or reciting, I should say, everything that's happened over the past like 3 weeks from the top of his mind. But that being said, our favorite subject to talk about in the NFL is uniforms. I think we may have the aforementioned Robbie Ross on the phone, though. So do we need to transition, PJ, away from throwbacks? All right, we're going to transition away from throwback uniforms to a man who I think can provide us a lot of clarity, a lot of intel here on the happenings around the Final Four. Listen, biggest North Carolina basketball fan I know, Robbie Ross, the voice of Paulson Stadium, joining us here on the program. Robbie, we're having a tough time with this Eric Church situation, but we didn't want to be completely one-sided here. So, do you have any defense for Eric Church and what he did?
I saw it yesterday, and I was as surprised as y'all, but maybe not that he – I mean, surprised that he canceled a concert, yes. But for the reasoning, no. I mean, I think the entire state of North Carolina is in a frenzy this week, and they're going to be even more frenzied on Saturday. But when the chief wants to watch a basketball game and he's going to cancel a concert, I guess, which is kind of surprising. If I had a ticket, I think it was in San Antonio. If I had a ticket for that concert, I wouldn't be very happy.
No, I wouldn't be happy if I'd booked hotels or had already driven down there. But again, I get it. It's a historic matchup coming up. How sweet would it be for you as a North Carolina basketball fan to knock Coach K out in this fashion?
I mean, yeah, it's hard, and I've talked to people all week, and as a Carolina fan, the week leading up to previous Final Fours has been very exciting. This week is very stressful, and it's like I'm even kind of dreading the situation because I know that the evil genius, Coach K, is going to sell his soul to everyone not named Pete Gaudette, and to win this game because of what happened at Cameron, because, and I'm biased, he has made this entire season about him. And he's tried last week to downplay that and say it's about the kids, but he has made it all about him from the very beginning when he started the circus back in the summer. And so, yes, it culminates on Saturday, and it would be even better than winning at Cameron in front of all of his former players to win in the Final Four and move on to Monday night by beating Duke. But it's going to be a very excruciating and stressful time period for sure.
But Robbie, you say that about Coach K making it all about himself, but I'm also looking at Roy Williams sitting courtside at Carolina basketball games, even though he's no longer the coach.
I agree, yes, and I say that, but Roy did something that Coach K did not. Roy retired and didn't have this farewell tour previous to the season. Roy retired and said, I'm quitting right now. Roy could have done the same thing, but he didn't. He's going and I'm biased, of course, he's going to support Hubert Davis, who he handpicked for the job, whereas Coach K is going to retire, but gave himself one more year to have a farewell tour. So two different points of views, but I see your point as well.
Okay, so wait, let's do the hierarchy real quick. Does it go, like, if we're going like 3-1 in terms of how you're supposed to retire, is it Roy Williams just kind of walking off into the sunset at the end? Is it, and then Coach K, and then the number one, like the worst way to do it is Tom Brady, where you retire, you do the farewell tour, and then you come back?
I think the Tom Brady way is probably the worst way. I like the way Roy did it. I like the way Dean Smith did it, where they said, okay, I'm done, and didn't really want all the farewell tours and all the gifts that were given in opposing arenas and all the media hullabaloo and circus and all that. Each to their own, and you never, it's just how it all worked out.
Okay, I want to give PJ a chance here because PJ was talking smack about a certain kind of fan, and I don't want him to back down now.
No.
I want PJ to ask you what he's got to ask you here, because he was throwing out accusations at certain kinds of fans.
Well, I mean, it's more of just an observation that there's so many Southern Southern fans that love their Georgia football or love their Georgia Southern football, whoever it is. And then when it comes basketball season, it's someone else. When it comes baseball season, it's somebody else. It's just there's a whole lot. Let's say there's a whole lot of Georgia Bulldog fans this weekend that are really looking forward to Duke, North Carolina, because one of those teams is their favorite team of all time, and they've never stepped foot in North Carolina. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I agree, and and the running joke has always been when Georgia football's over, Georgia fans take their Georgia football jersey off and put on a Duke Blue Devil jersey.
Yeah,
and I'm the same. I mean, I can be under the same hat. I mean, I'm an employee during football season of Georgia Southern, so I'll wear my Georgia Southern Eagles stuff. But I've been a North Carolina basketball fan since I had an uncle that was a JV coach there back in the early '80s, and that kind of started my route down that fandom. But you look at it, I think the explanation is there's not a lot of good college football teams that also have sustainable good college basketball teams. And be that as it may, Georgia has had some success in the 80s and early part of the 90s, but as a whole, Georgia's a football school, Alabama's a football school, Auburn's a football school. Florida really is the only team that I can think of in the Southeastern Conference or the ACC that's had sustained national championship success on the football field and the baseball and the basketball.
Are you giving a pass to the Georgia Duke fans?
No, I'm not giving a pass, but I mean, I just think it's not really giving a pass. It's just the way it is, I think.
But aren't you supposed to suffer through it, right? Like that's what being a fan of a school is. So are you really a fan of the school at that point, or are you just a fan of the team?
Oh, it's definitely the team. It's definitely the team. I mean, there's so many fans of the team, even in singular sports, even in Georgia football. Fans of the team versus fans of the school are two different things, and only a certain handful of the fans of the team went to the school. So I think when you live in such a large state as Georgia or all these other states where people in Alabama, how many fans of the team Crimson Tide actually could point to Tuscaloosa on a map of Alabama?
That's fair.
Much less go to school there.
Well, it's just like all the Yankees, Lakers, Alabama fans that we know.
All those front runners.
Well, PJ's the worst, though, because PJ gets to choose between the Pirates and the Phillies, and then he gets to choose between the Eagles and the Steelers. He's a supporter of both. And so, it's hard to work. It's hard to work with them.
That never happened. Get out of here. That never happened. All right, I am a Penn State football, basketball, whatever fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. They're still harping on, like, one time I look at the Eagles and I'm like, you know what? They're playing the evil empire and they've never won a Super Bowl before.
PJ claims that Eagles Super Bowl.
I don't even claim it. No, we got 6 of our own. Why would I claim that one?
Well,
anyway.
There's a lot of cross allegiances, I know. And it is interesting to see that, and it happens a lot, and it's fun to kind of poke fun at, people taking off one jersey and putting on another.
It is fun to do that.
In pro and college sports.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, is Tiger playing?
Yes.
Let's go.
He's on the prowl.
Tiger is on the prowl. Is he making the cut?
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's go. Robbie's my guy.
Definitive.
Anything bad I said about you before, I take it all back because Tiger, he's with me.
Tiger is going to finish in the top 10.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Robbie Ross, the voice of Paulson Stadium, dropping some knowledge on you. Robbie, I appreciate it. I may take back my wish that Duke beats North Carolina this week after that statement right there. I hope your heart doesn't get go too fast this weekend because, listen, man, we need you. We can't have anything bad happening to you.
I'm going to try to pace myself into it on Saturday night. I may be in the fetal position, but I'll keep my heart rate in check.
As a PS here on the end of this segment, how bad is it when your team has a massive game and it's not until 9:00 at night?
It's just Wednesday and I'm already like in knots, and Saturday is going to just be so slow. But it'll be fun one way or the other. Probably not fun. We'll get through it.
All right. Well, I picked North Carolina to win the national championship, so maybe I'm coming back to the other side. Like maybe I just hope Eric Church stubs his toe or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Just something. Robbie, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for putting up with our goofiness.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Robbie Ross,
man.
the voice of Paulson Stadium, there joining us here on Second Down. All right, maybe I take it back, PJ. Maybe I take it back.
I don't know, because if Eric Church stubs his toe, then he has to cancel more concerts, and people are losing more money. So I don't know if I can completely agree with you.
You think
on
Eric
that.
Church has ever canceled a concert for like a Carolina baseball game?
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't think
because
so
we
either.
already know, because he's a bad fan. He didn't cancel any concerts leading up to this because he didn't care. Now all of a sudden, it's the Final Four and it's against Duke. I'm the biggest North Carolina Tar Heels basketball fan there ever was.
Second,
Say that's
after
true.
Robbie.
I don't think. Yes, no, that's true.
This is just never mind. I don't want to be the gatekeeper fan. I was about to ask, do you think he can name one North
Right.
Carolina basketball
Yeah,
player? But I
no.
don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I don't want to be the gatekeeper guy.
Right. I think can we talk about this for a second? I think because you guys were talking about how Coach K is retiring and what
Sure.
Roy Williams is up to and everything like that. I honestly think
What Roy Williams is up to sounds like super mischievous.
It does.
Sounds like it
Man.
sounds like a news alert. Like, what is Roy Williams?
Right.
Or one of these weird PSAs that we run sometimes.
Right. That's not, no, I don't want to. I don't want to discuss those.
Paid for you by Duke for Americans.
There you go. Roy Williams, going to the basketball game, sitting courtside, all that stuff, which, supporting, I don't have a big problem with that. I also don't have a big problem with the send off kind of, this is what I'm doing, but I'm doing it a year from now. I'm retiring next year. I'm fine with that if you're a player. If you're a historic player of some
but I
kind
mean,
and
like,
you want to have your send off.
I don't know if you
and
have a
your
rule with it when
goodbyes.
it's Coach K, because he's like arguably the greatest at what he's done ever.
I know, but like
Like, he kind of
I
changed
don't
the
know.
sport. Like not even one name, it's a letter.
yeah, but like you can have the. I still don't love it from
Like
from that
I think he kind
position.
of changed the sport. And like when you look at the history of basketball, just like the players that he coached and came through Duke and that he put into the NBA, if anyone deserves it, it's probably him.
Like is
But can
do
he come off a little
do
crass?
you hope
Yeah.
that right? And that's the only thing. Like, do you hope that Nick Saban has a send off?
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
Yes, he deserves it.
He deserves it, and hoping he has it is two different things.
Yeah, I hope he has it. I hope when Nick Saban, and like he probably won't be, he probably will go the Roy Williams route where at the end he just decides like, all
He's
right,
just, I'm done.
this is it.
Yeah.
But if he wanted it, do I think like would I have any problem with that? Absolutely not. I would love like, especially if it's like the Iron Bowl is at Auburn, because like I think beyond like all of the rivalry, like just like seeing that, like seeing them recognize him for what he's done for college football, yeah, hell yeah. And like I was actually thinking about this today. I was like, why do I like Nick Saban so much? This is where my mind goes as with my job. But like it's just
That's fine.
well, it's like God, it's like he smoked our team so many times. And like maybe the most embarrassing Georgia loss of all time. Right? 2008, the blackout. Just absolutely decimated Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And like just like ripped their hearts out so many times. But I think so much of it is
Kind of buried
because
it at midfield.
but it's
too, yeah.
just it's not overzealous. He likes to hear himself talk every now and then, but I just think that
All
kind of
right.
I think that just comes with the job where it's like if you're gonna put a microphone in front of my face at every possible point, I'm gonna start talking a lot, and you're gonna have to sit
course.
there and listen. It's like people love listening to him, but just so many words of wisdom, and at the same time, you've never had the controversy around Nick Saban, right? It's
Yeah.
like even like Bill Belichick. Like
Right.
for as much as he's the greatest head coach in NFL history, quote unquote, there have been plenty of controversies around him. Deflategate, the recording the Jets scandal, some other stuff off the field, but just more so than that is like he's the greatest coach, but there's a but. With Nick Saban, he's the greatest coach of all time. There's no but.
Yeah.
And so like yeah, if he wanted a send-off tour, yeah, absolutely. I think everyone should like give him some cool gift like rocking chairs and cowboy hats and all kinds of stuff.
Okay. All right.
I have no problem with the send off tour.
That's fine.
Like they do it with Chipper Jones and Bobby Cox and those guys.
See, but
Yeah,
that's my thing. That's what I'm saying. I think if you're a great player in like Dale Earnhardt Jr. had, I know it's a driver, player, whatever. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had a quote unquote send off to it because he had his concussion issues, everything like that. He said, "I'm going to give it one more go."
I have
And-
I have to talk to you about something, and this is completely off script. I'm speaking to a young lady, and there's a
this
couple.
is completely off
Yeah,
script.
well, no,
What in the world?
it'll circle back.
Don't talk to her about Dale Jr.
I am in the beginning stages of dating a young lady,
Okay, all right.
and
Happy for you.
there's a couple of red flags that have popped up.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
No, hold on.
with anybody,
Let me start.
though.
Let me
I mean,
let
there's
me
gonna be
start.
red flags
Let
with
me start.
anybody.
Let me start with this one. She hasn't seen any of the Christian Bale Batman movies.
So you share those, you experience those
But
together.
who in the year 2020
That's fine,
hasn't seen the Heath Ledger Joker?
right?
All right.
Understandable.
See, now you got me doing the Nick Saban. All right.
Yeah, but,
But,
that's
okay,
you can
second
look at
red
that
flag.
in a negative way, or you
Second
can.
red flag, PJ.
Okay.
Never heard of Dale Earnhardt.
Get her out of here. What do you do? What are you talking about?
Never.
Is she a human being?
Well, that's what I said.
Oh my god!
And I'm not even the biggest NASCAR fan.
Was
That's
she-
it's like saying you never heard of Jordan
Well, let me make sure this joke is
or Babe
appropriate.
Ruth.
It's an appropriate joke. Okay. Was she born after 2001?
No,
Okay.
she's about as old as I am.
All right. That's no. Yeah. See you. Bye. What is it?
So
Been
never
living
seen,
under a rock?
never seen 3 of the most famous movies ever, just like by blockbuster numbers. Never seen those. Oh, that's okay. You gotta listen. That's just something that happens. You gotta share that with her. It'll be a cool bonding opportunity for you. Okay. Well, she's never heard of Dale Earnhardt. Get her out.
So what does she even like? I don't know. So she obviously has no interest in superheroes or sports.
I don't know
So,
what we're
like,
gonna
what do
talk
y'all
about.
talk
I don't
about?
know what we're gonna talk about. Politics, I guess. I don't know.
Just talking about CrossFit all the time.
I guess that's it. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get past that.
I would say, but at the same time, like I don't know, you do have a very like wide range of. That's something I've always respected about you do have a very wide range of things you know about and can discuss things in depth with people. Like you know about a lot of stuff that I'm just like, what? So
Yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like there's a baseline of knowledge for everyone. Like you need to know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
of course,
The sky's blue,
yes,
water's wet,
Dale Earnhardt
is the Intimidator,
yes.
and the Batman trilogy is the greatest superhero trilogy of all time.
Because these are the stages of conversation as well. Because if you don't know who Dale Earnhardt is, then you can't even compare Dale Earnhardt with Richard Petty.
You can't
talk about who the real king
and
is.
get Jimmy Johnson the hell out of here.
Exactly, because that was all fake anyway.
And if you bring up Jeff Gordon, PJ might swing.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from the. I'm surprised I've said so many nice things to you since you admitted to me that you were a Jeff Gordon fan. Anyway, yeah, she's not even like, yeah. You got to respect yourself more than that, man.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna let her know. I appreciate it. Well,
I'm just kidding.
I guess I'm back on the market now.
I can't wait to meet this person and tell her all about Dale Earnhardt.
She's like, so what are we doing with Dale Earnhardt? I'm dropping you off PJ. I'm out.
Well, see, this is the thing. Like you bring her in,
Okay.
you guys sit down.
Okay.
We'll start talking about Dale Earnhardt. Maybe even when you guys walk in, right? She's
Yep.
like, is Christian the guy for me? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, and you can say, hey, table 4, 3.
Yeah.
Let's
There
go.
you go. Table for 3. Perfect. Maybe if she's walking in, she's I don't know. She's still kind of questioning, like, I'm gonna, is Christian it? Blah, blah, blah. She'll meet me. I'll talk about Dale Earnhardt for 2 hours, and then she'll be like, thank God I'm leaving with Christian.
There we go.
I'm
Or
helping
she's
you
gonna,
out, man.
or she'll just fall in love with you because of your passion
Get out of here.
for
No.
Dale Earnhardt. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We're actually gonna get to the uniform discussion that I've been promising you, but I wanted to talk to Robbie there, and then I needed some advice from PJ. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back. NFL uniform news next, right here on Second Down. All right, PJ. I know I killed you for your Eagles fandom in the last segment, but we're going to come back and talk about it here.
I
some
don't
more.
have a lot of any really Eagles fandom.
Well, you're a fan of the uniforms. So
Yeah.
there have been a rule in the NFL for the
Yeah.
past 5-6 years now, where teams could only have one quote unquote shell. So on the helmet, you could only have one base model. So if you wanted to do a throwback, that's fine. Only thing you're changing are the stickers. And so if you had black helmets and you wanted to do red or white helmets, you couldn't do that because it had to be the same shell. You couldn't repaint them, couldn't do anything like that. They passed inspections, and those were your shells for the year, right? NFL has gotten rid of that rule. And so now it just completely opens the floodgates now for a ton of throwbacks for NFL teams. One of them making their appearance are the Randall Cunningham era Eagles.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of the
Kelly Green.
Kelly Green. Thank
Yep.
you. Because I was searching the Kelly Green helmets and uniforms, most recently worn by kind of like the Mike Vick era Eagles, which I think those are awesome uniforms. But the one that seemed the most obvious and apparently is going to happen in 2022 is a uniform they already have, which is the black on black uniform, but they're going to add the black lid on top of that, which I think is clean.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. It's the way it should have been this whole time. And yeah, anytime you have any sort of blackout uniforms or anything like that, if you're not going with a black helmet to match that, like you're probably wrong. The lone case I will say that it actually looks great when you switch to black jerseys and keep the normal helmets is Georgia. Like that's the like Georgia. I'll give credit where credit's due. The black uniforms with the red lids have always looked incredible to me. But also to me, like for instance, with the Bengals, if they were able to have like the alternate black helmet with orange Bengals
or
stripes
the
with
white
their uniforms, yes,
white with the black stripes.
They better come out with those. But anytime you go all black, I think it's incredible. So being able to see the Eagles like that, I think is going to be great. And, you know, I honestly, I really like the Kelly Green switch as well. I almost was like nervous, but also kind of excited when they announced it because they weren't clear with, yes, it's going to be our alternate uniform. They just said, yeah, we're going to come out with the Kelly Green uniforms and helmets. And I was like, wait, are they changing their base uniforms back to that? But like, no, it's just an alternate. But no, I think those are really clean, and I can't wait to hear about other uniforms and other NFL teams announcing what they go with for helmets.
Well, and I think the most important one that we got to see come back is the Broncos going back to the is it powder blue or baby blue with the Broncos, but with the like the horse kind of leaping out of the D on the side of the helmet, the John Elway era.
Like obscure and unique color blue.
Yeah.
Because I would almost call it royal, but it's like not even deep blue enough to be royal.
No,
it's somewhere
awesome.
in between.
And see, like just because of like the helmets, they've had to do like kind of an iteration of that uniform the past few years where they have the logo, but it's on that dark blue that have been the Broncos most recent. Also opens the door, PJ, for what I think is just lit are like the 90s, early 2000s Seahawks uniforms.
Yes.
With the silver helmets, with the Seahawk that kind of connects on the back going around either side of the lid, silver pants with the green or blue tops, whatever they go with. I think that could be awesome as well.
Good.
So many different options opening up. The most important one, LaDainian Tomlinson era Chargers baby blue.
For sure.
With the old lightning bolt with the black number underneath it.
Exactly.
And then you go baby blue with the white stripe on the shoulder with the lightning bolt inside the shoulder. Those are the greatest uniforms in NFL history.
If the Chargers, agreed. If the Chargers only ever wore those uniforms for the rest of time, I would be happy because, like you said, they are the best primo number one uniforms of all time in the NFL. Although there is another one that I believe has been announced already that is coming back not far from us.
The creamsicles?
The creamsicles.
Yeah, everybody freaks out.
For those.
Everybody freaks out about those. They're fine. Like they're fine.
They're so
it's unique.
They're polarizing in the sense of there's so many people that like to come out and trash them, and I am team creamsicle. I think it's fantastic.
They're fine. I think the Buccaneers went back to their best uniforms, which were those like early 2000s uniforms. But I guess like now you can see the Falcons go back to that red lid that they wore back in the early, like since the beginning of the team into the early '90s, and then they kind of had that as the throwback at the beginning of Matt Ryan's career, like Tony
Yeah.
Gonzalez and Michael Turner, those guys wearing the red helmets. I wouldn't mind seeing those come back. I just want to see the Falcons go back to the '90s uniforms altogether. But
Period.
that's just my opinion. So some exciting news coming out of NFL. I think the Eagles might have the hardest uniform in the NFL now, though. If they go black on black on black, that might be tough to stop. Even though there's some Ravens fans out there probably going, stealing our look,
I don't care if they steal it or
stealing our
not.
look.
I would agree that the Ravens black on black is a little bit better, but that's
Is the
mainly because of
uniform
the purple and the
uniform
gold.
great, or it's just the players who wore it that make
Both.
it great? Yeah, because you
Both.
see the black on black on black, you immediately think Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and you're like, all right.
Yep.
All right. All right. Let's take a quick break. Speaking of which, we got 3 and Out coming up next. We're going to take a quick break here. Come back, get you ready for that next right here on ESPN Radio. 3 and Out coming up next right here on ESPN Radio. PJ, when do I have to decide who I'm rooting for on Saturday? North Carolina or Duke?
Saturday at like 8:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like on one side, I want it to win. I want North Carolina to win for Robbie, but on the other side, I want Eric Church to go to this game to watch North Carolina play Duke in the Final Four and then just be absolutely heartbroken.
Yeah, like part of me wants him to get beat by 40.
Or no,
But-
what's worse, getting beat by 40 or like thinking you're in it the whole game and then losing at the end?
Yeah, because then he gets to leave early and whatever. But
Yeah, maybe fly back and start his concert in time.
right.
You guess like an hour difference, you're good.
Jeez.
3 and Out coming up next right here at ESPN Radio. We will talk to everyone tomorrow.